1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah. Just another day. It's just another day in the city. It's just another day. This is how the London vibe. Overzealous. Everything overzealous. Workers overzealous. Drivers overzealous. Pedestrians. Everyone's just trying to get somewhere real quick. A to B. There's no A to Z. It's like just straight A to B. Yeah. Anyway. Been thinking about a concept today. It's the idea of infinite knowledge. Yeah. The idea of learning in such a way that never ends. Right? Never ends. So, you know me, I have overzealous appetite for knowledge, for learning, and I'm interested in a lot of things, right? So today, I've been reflecting on the idea of a never-ending journey, right? As in no finish line, no end in sight, to the infinite learning and wisdom that oftentimes I know I use that word too much, right? So let's not use that. So, you know, sometimes we think, okay, so I had a hard week of training and I deserve a rest day. And yes, you do deserve a rest day, and you can have a rest day. But the concept that I want to talk about is really, what if we could pivot in and out of the growth and learning in such a way whereby it's constant? Yeah. How do we make the habit constant? How do we make the lifestyle constant, right? And you could say the mind doesn't always like the idea of heavy lifting. The mind doesn't always like the idea of engaging in an explicit way with certain tasks, right? It's like saying you're going to learn a new language today. Yeah. Might be that the idea of that is daunting, and you think, actually, I don't know if I'm in the mood. I don't know if I've got the capacity. So I suppose what I'm speaking about is combination of implicit systems, right? So things I've spoken about before, which is, intelligence multipliers, such as using PDF readers, audiobooks, podcasts, whilst you're doing mundane tasks, so to speak, yeah? Now, the concept, the next level, I suppose, would be, how can you make it so deeply embedded whereby every time you do finish that chapter or that book or that podcast, that you move on to the next, right? To the point where, it's not 300 books, maybe it's not 3,000, it's not even, maybe you go into that realm of 30,000, 40,000, right? And the concept itself just sounds like it's a bit much. However, when I do reflect on the likes of Plato, Aristotle, when we look at Plato's Academy, and we look at some of these minds and what they were able to achieve in a multiplicity of faculties, right? It goes without saying that the mind has infinite potential, right? And arguably the mind could accumulate all the information, all the knowledge in the universe, right? Could arguably can house all of that, given the right circumstances, given the right systems, given the right inspiration and imagination, and also the spiritual alignment with the intellect and the physical being, right? The physical self. So for me, you could say I've had phases where I tune in, and times where I tune out, and maybe I revert to the groupthink, the herd behaviors, right? Whereby, we maybe using certain applications, we're going into certain kind of mindset, yeah. However, over the past 6 months or so, I'd say I've had a pretty good run, and it's always becoming just second nature, where the spare time, I'd say the majority of the spare time is spent indulging myself in listening to or reading things that feed my mind in terms of knowledge and giving me that kind of exposure and insight, yeah. And on the physical side of things, and I've spoken about this before, it's being comfortable switching the tempo from high to low, in the sense that you can run 1K in 10 minutes, you can run 1K in 15 minutes, you can swim 100 meters in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you can swim it in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You can really play around with that, and you can almost go from increasing the intensity or decreasing the intensity, however you never stop, right? And that's the concept today, right? Is, can we unlock our minds so that we can just imagine that type of existence, that type of lifestyle, right? And I would say the answer to that is we can try. Yeah, we can try. So that's the message today. Hope that's given you some food for thought. And yes, I know the idea of it at this stage might seem like it's quite advanced and it's a little bit too far ahead. There are a lot of different moving parts to this idea, and I will be exploring it further. So let's revisit this at a later stage, or at a later date. I hope you're having a good week, good day, good month. Let's make this season a stronger one, yeah.